I'm Geowiąh Gouveia, and I'm a muralist here in Riverside, California. I was nervous to say that I was an artist. I felt like that was arrogant. I felt like the people who I saw who were saying that weren't actually artists. They just wanted to say that. And so I never really told anyone that I was studying art in college, that I was actually making murals. In fact, my first Instagram, I didn't attach my name to it, so people wouldn't have even known to find me. It was an alter ego. It was under the moniker When, W-E-N-D. That was more of like a graffiti roots that I was doing, and I think it was to protect myself from any negative feedback I would have gotten. I just didn't want the fire to be extinguished by someone's dumb comment. I was painting and doing things in abandoned spots and things that weren't necessarily legal here in Riverside. And there was one night where I almost got caught, and my wife is like, hey, if you're gonna keep doing this, like, you should do it legally. Like, you should start doing this, like, for real. And I think that was a good push to put things under my name and really make it so that it was impossible for me to continue down that route. There was no reason to go that way. If I really wanted to make this a business, like, I had to branch out at some point.
Jeff is a huge soccer fan. He even designed soccer apparel and collaborated with FIFA.
The decision to pair soccer with my artwork was a business decision. I mean, I wanted to provide for my family, and I felt like the commercial clients that I could enjoy the most would overlap with other areas or other interests that I had. So if I think of art as one element in a Venn diagram, that circle, how could I overlap it with something else that I liked? And in between that overlap, that's where the business would be. So it was art and soccer, and combining those two was able to have a much more zeroed in focus on how to make money between both of those fields. Because I wasn't a very good soccer player, and I don't think I'm that good of an artist, but I think I'm the best of both, that very small sliver, and I could like hit that really hard and approach art directors in a way that they had never been approached. So it was the best of both worlds in reality.
Alongside his art, Jeff opened a cafe called Mikey G's back in March 2026.
I would say even before I knew what I could do in the art world, it was really, could I have my own business? And I didn't think it would be in Riverside. I grew up in Riverside. I didn't anticipate staying after high school even, but that's just the doors that opened up, and it made sense for me to stick around. And that idea of owning a cafe really just has been a long dream of mine since 2010. Like it's been a long time to be able to have something within the city and to cultivate that and to have a really long runway for the business.
His work incorporates whimsical and childlike themes, but there is always deeper meaning.
I think it speaks more towards adults who like the nostalgia of what they saw. There's themes that kind of transcend both, and I'm never trying to communicate a specific story or a specific thing, but the nostalgia element is something that I'm always trying to hit on.
Jeff and his wife Kelsey have a daughter named Maya. Out of all his friends and family, his wife is his biggest supporter.
My wife, definitely. I mean, I could not have done this without Kels, and yeah, it was just from a risk standpoint, from an emotional standpoint, she has absolutely been my everything for that, and so I always try to put like a little bird in the work. Her maiden name is Pigeon, so I tried to include this little bird in there. And this stage, in the later stage, where it's like, well, if I'm not doing well, we're both not doing well, and that level of support and confidence from her just allows me to like run through a wall. Like, I want to be the best person possible for her.
A more well-known piece of his is a 4-panel mural on Market Street.
Well, I don't normally have like a storyline in the murals, but that one, I had painted it. I had wanted to do something. We had like a pretty devastating miscarriage, and the pair was like, when you're tracking the baby's development, it's like, what is the size of the child? And that correlates to the week that we lost that child. That was the child before Maya, and that was very, very difficult to go through because it's been so hard to have even had our daughter. So we just praise God that we had her. But in that moment, it was just a very, very difficult thing to process. And when the time came for that parking structure to be painted, it was a series of 4, And I thought it could be an interesting way to do the 4 stages of grief in it. And so it's a very loose theme on it. When I was passing it through the city of Riverside, they did not know that. I didn't make really any money on those murals, but I felt like, all right, this is the time that I can like actually push the narrative and see what I can do.
Every artist faces a form of criticism, and some, like Jeff, use it to persevere.
Once you get to a certain level of commercial success, everyone kind of turns into your mom. We're just like, how does this look? And they're all just like, oh, it looks so cool. It's like, well, all right, but that's not really helpful. That doesn't like help you get better. I have found a way to kind of push through my own self-doubts and my own self-criticism, but that also pushes me to be better at the same time. But yeah, definitely I'm the harshest critic, just because I was like, all right, let's go one more step, one more thing, one more. It was never, I'm so disappointed because I'm not where I'm supposed to be. It just felt like every day was a blessing and like, okay, I could try again. I could do this.
Jeff's story has many ups and downs, but he will always show up tomorrow.